Hello guys, welcome to a new video. It's your boy Lario the Solar, and today we're going to be talking about how to write a personal statement that stands out and can get you into a top university. I'm going to be talking about what I did to get into the University of Cambridge, and I'm just going to be giving tips, tips that you should do to write a good personal statement. Let's get into it. Alright, so the first tip I'm going to give is like, this is meant to be like way before, not way before, but like maybe a few months before you actually start writing it. So let's say you just started sick from college, yeah. Or it doesn't matter or not, you could do it now, but basically you just do a bunch of like super curricular stuff. For example, like reading books, doing personal projects, volunteering, work experience, do all that, but don't just do it, note it down, note each thing you do down, and so when you do want to go into do your personal statement, it's all there, ready for you. You got a whole list of things you've done, so you can just boom, boom, write it all down. So that is the first tip I got for personal statement. Usually you do that maybe in your first year, and then yeah. Alright, for number 2, what you should do is make a rough brainstorm on everything that you want to talk about on your personal statement. So the noting down of the super curriculars that you did from like months ago, you should extract that into this notepad of things that you're going to talk about in your personal statement, and each bullet point could be like a paragraph of what you talk about in your personal statement. So for example, what I did is when I did machine learning, for example, did like linear regression, I made that a bullet point, and then when I did, let's say, mobile app development, made that a bullet point, and then obviously I made that into a paragraph of my personal statement. But yeah, just before you start your personal statement, just bullet point each thing you're going to talk about, so you're just ready, and so you're just not waffling or whatever. But yeah, on to number 3. For your third tip is to make sure you have a strong, non-cliche opener for your personal statement, because whoever's reading it, it immediately creates a strong impression that, oh, this guy's ambitious, oh, this guy is pretty intelligent. For example, when I was writing mine, when I was brainstorming, I also brainstormed what I was going to write for my opener for my personal statement, and this is what I wrote for mine. So what I wrote was, the common trait among leaders in technology is the ability to execute their vision of what the future will be, using current resources as a stepping stone for their success. So that's what I wrote, and I believe that was pretty strong, and that immediately shows, oh, this guy is ambitious, this guy wants to be involved in technology, as I was applying for a computer science degree. And so, yeah, so obviously I can't tell you what to write, but that's up to you, that's about your personality, what you're gonna write. So yeah, that's number 3. Make sure you have a strong, non-cliche opener. Don't be like, oh, when I was 8 years old. No, you got this, guys. Alright, for number 4 is to make sure each paragraph here, make sure each one links to each other. You don't want it to be like all disconnected and just rubbish. Make sure like each one has like, those discourse markers, so be like, furthermore, blah, 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 blah. I can't really remember, but yeah, make sure each paragraph goes smoothly onto each other. So as you read, it's like, whoa, this guy knows what he's writing. And also, like, as you're talking about each thing, make sure each thing links to like what you want to do in the future. So for example, if I was talking about machine learning, as I already mentioned before, I could talk about, oh, machine learning is something that I want to do in the future. It's something that I'd want to learn in your university. Obviously, I'm not saying in a good way, but that's like an example, you get me? So make sure each thing links to another thing. Don't make it disconnected. Even if you're talking about extracurricular things like sports or something like that, you could talk about, oh, because I played football, that makes me a team player, allow me to fit better into a team. And yeah, and then obviously if you're doing software engineer, you need to be in a team, you need to fit well. But yeah, just make sure everything links to each other. But yeah, but now on to the last tip. Tip number 5 is a pretty obvious tip. Make sure your spag is perfect. So spelling, punctuation, and grammar. You want that to be perfect, because you don't want to be reading it and be like, what? Because spag here, that makes sure that your personal statement is as clear as possible. So whoever's reading it, they'll be like, I get what you're saying. But if you have like no commas, no full stops, or you're missing a comma or full stop, and just have a super long, like 4-line sentence or something like that, whoever's reading it will be like, I'm getting bored. You get me? So make sure your spag is perfect and effective. And then get someone to like read your personal statement, like get like 5 different people to read your personal statement, for example, and they will be able to spot out whatever is wrong. And then yeah, that's basically it. So I'll give you guys 5 tips on how to write a personal statement to get into a top university. If you want a more in-depth video on how I wrote my personal statement, obviously subscribe, like, and I'll give you guys that. But yeah, I'm gonna make more videos on like tips on like how to get into university, this, that. Obviously expect vlogs coming very soon for Cambridge. But yeah, just make sure you guys like, make sure you guys get on my TikTok and all this and all that. But yeah, see you guys in the next video.